I want to interview Train. Oh, yeah. Okay, hi, are you Train?
Yeah, I'm Train.
This is a live mic.
All right.
It's directly to the Pentagon.
I've never seen a dead mic. Oh, Christ. I've got Neil Diamond.
Oh, how do you like the air conditioning?
It's not cold enough to get anything anymore.
Well, yeah, I'll have to shut the door. I'll put the record on the wall.
Try the other side of Neil Diamond's record.
The other side?
I mean, yeah, that's his bad beginning.
Okay. This is got Kentucky Woman.
Right, that's the one.
Okay.
That's the side of the beat.
Some guy was interviewing you once backstage, and you said your favorite two songwriters were Neil Diamond and Merle Haggard.
And Hank Williams.
And the only song I have by Merle Haggard is the one you did on the Shootout.
You got any plastic?
Any what?
You got a plastic?
Yeah, you want a guitar too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I gotta find all this stuff. Let me see. Oh, God. Is this one good enough?
Anyone's good enough.
Okay. But this guitar isn't tuned down. Want me to tune it down?
No. I'm going to tune that one too.
Wait.
Train can do anything, you understand?
Okay.
And watch this. Watch this. Listen. What's happened is
sing something.
I did a concert at Bellevue Mental Ward and tore the place apart.
What did you sing?
Here's what I was saying. I have no voice at all.
You want me to tune it down for you?
No.
Like, you have yours tuned down for you.
12 Ochs was wasted, hours tuning down his guitar, but Train doesn't waste a second, right?
Yeah, but your voice.
Yeah, not Train. For example, Train has no voice. Total laryngitis. Been talking about this nonstop since May 1st, and we'll stop any minute. But or maybe never stop. Who knows? Or Loot the Drifter. Loot the Drifter is another. My name is Loot Train, or Train, or the Outlaw, or Loot the Drifter.
Okay.
I own Nueva. I made a deal for Nueva Havana and gave it to which belonged. The owner, the landlord, is Che Guevara. He gets all the profits, and I ask where he wants to be done with them. You know what I mean? And it's all covered. It's all covered. But why me? Why'd they pick me out to do it? I don't know, but there's only one trick: is that I've got to stay alive for 6 months. That's the gamble. That's why this is here. You know what I'm saying?
Aren't you gonna sing?
I'm singing. You're not hearing
Try
it.
to sing.
I got no voice at all.
It's because it's too high.
I'm changing the keys. Even sing at all. If heartaches brought, I can't sing. I'm the first Phil Ochs song. I mean, Phil Ochs was killed by Train, but Train kept his body around to use him for political purposes, like if he wants to destroy somebody or help somebody. I mean, Train calls up Ramsey Clark out of the blue, drunk out of his mind. Says, "Look, Ramsey, you're not going to believe what you're about to hear, but here's the tale. You're going to be the next president of the United States, but it's not going to be Roosevelt. It's going to be Lincoln. You're going to play Lincoln, and all I want out of you is 3 days in the desert with somebody like John Huston or Howard Hawks and me, and I want to just discuss acting techniques and American-esque. You're already the master of that anyway, and plus you're the only guy that can talk to Hanoi and Houston. So, but you need somebody like John Huston to make sure you don't make any bad mistakes." Hear Ramsey Clark's campaign song?
Yeah.
Sung by Johnny Cash?
Yeah, I do.
And the new national anthem?
Go ahead.
Come on and take a walk with me. Johnny Cash, though.
Right.
Hey, you ever heard my fife and drum version?
Your what?
The fife and drum version I did last year with Nixon.
You talking about Power and Glory?
Hmm.
You mean the one on the back with the fife and drum?
Yeah.
Right, it's on the back of Here's to the State.
Why don't you play that?
You want to hear that? Okay.
Yeah.
Then egotistical, you want to hear yourself.
No, I want to point something out.
Okay. 1 second. Why not? Take these off. I think the cupboard is bare. Are you hungry? Well, nothing, but we can go and get something if you're really desperate. I'm making a nice Phil Ochs bootleg album.
Right.
It'll be on out tomorrow.
Great, do it in the streets. Okay.
Alright, you want to hear the fife and drum thing out?
Yep.
See where I got that from? A&M Records.
Great.
There's no. I called my phone and pleaded with it. How's that there?
Yep. They're very good company.
Well, you dumped them.
I'm gonna buy them.
You're gonna buy them?
Yep, I'm gonna buy them and change the name to NAO Records. Now. See? Where's the music? Where's the music?
It's coming. Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Come on, take a walk with me. There's a street in growing land. Walk through the meadows and the mountains and the sand. Walk through the valleys and the rivers and the plains. Walk through the sun and walk through the rain. Here's a land full of power and glory. You need that word, not my call. Colorado, Kansas, and the Carolinas too. Virginia and Alaska from the old and the new. Texas and Ohio and the California shore.
It's also the number one song in the Bible saying for millions of dollars.
Here's the land full of power and glory. Beauty that words cannot recall. All her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom, and her glory shall rest on us all. She's only as rich as the poorest of the poor, only as free as a padlocked prison door, only as strong as her love for this land, only as tall as we stand. For here in the land of power and glory, beauty that words cannot recall, all her power shall rest on the strength of her freedom, her glory shall rest on us all.
Here he comes.
Johnny Cash.
That's Johnny Cash.
Walk through the valleys. I can't even plains. Walk through the sun. And then Ramsey Clark comes on. All right. Train does a verse. Cash does a verse. Clark does a verse. How's that?
Johnny Cash is really gonna sing.
Ramsey Clark's the mixer of that, right? Right? Think about it. Besides, I like it. They're both Southerners. They're both liberal. Right?
Yeah.
What do you think Ramsey Clark would do to George Wallace on television today?
Today,
What do you think he would do?
what would he do? He would probably call Wallace a racist.
No, he would not. Here's a brand new train idea.
All right.
It's a train of thought, non-stop, right? Here's how to destroy George Wallace in 10 minutes.
Okay.
So here's Train, the campaign manager, talking. I mean, Clark's got nothing to do. For example, when Train was in the hands of the Skulls Angels and the 6th Precinct being slapped around in a hangover situation and very dangerous stuff.
Wait a minute, I want to find out. What did you do to the Skulls? You ran out of somebody's cabin?
No, what I'm doing to everybody, including you right now, is going so fast. I mean, it's a matter of speed and motion.
Right.
The way I can stay alive if I can is to somehow slow down, get involved with Oriental disciplines of movement, so that I speak slower and just But what's going on? What happens like May 1st?
I'm listening.
After a year of trying to kill myself. It makes more and more sense with every passing second. That's what I can't. That's what I'm afraid I'm just going to zoom off and turn into Mars.
Yeah.
I just.
You're falling apart.
No, I'm coming together, which is the same thing. That's what I understand everything. It's like God. It's like God smiled down and said, "All right, he's the guy. Let's give him the shot." Which means suddenly everybody's informed. For example, I mean, who would have ever guessed that Phillips wrote political songs could become world famous off one backgammon game against Hassan the Assassin?
Yeah.
And make a deal with the Armenian.
Captain of the 6th Precinct.
Right. First grudging respect, and then a recognition of something totally different. I mean, complete change of personality. Same guy, but suddenly in control of himself, rather than not you think I'm out of control because I'm going so fast. If hard. You're right, the beer should go in the icebox. A very good point. With one in the freezer, timed. I don't know. It's so heavy. I'll start somewhere. The first I did a lot of interesting things for a long time in my life. Then I had the voice attack. Then I did Max's Kansas City and set the house record, which
I saw that too.
Which amazed.
With Patti Smith.
Yeah.
Whatever she was. Now remember when you went up Max's, you had one drink in each hand.
No,
followed
I remember
by
that.
Jerry Rubin.
One drink in each hand.
Right. He had. You couldn't even hold a guitar.
Look at.
Hey, where did you record Here's to the State of Your Name? It was a live recording. Where did you record that? It sounded like Max's. That's what it sounded like. Exactly. Sure you don't want me to tune that down a bit?
Yeah. Okay. There's a few trained ground rules. Never ask him anything twice, because everything he says he means. Okay. Period. I mean, like I say, don't worry about this hammer. That means don't worry about the hammer for all time, right? If I say I want, be this way, and that's it for the rest of all time. I've discovered the secret of eternity. I've discovered the secret of death, and that nobody dies. Bruce Lee is not dead. Bruce Lee is now part of Train. I mean, it's partially because Ochs. I mean, the good thing about Ochs was that he was a genius. The bad thing about Ochs was that he killed himself with alcohol, which is
bad.
Which is okay, but he was doing it too quickly. I mean, no time, just nonstop.
Yeah.
So everybody got real alarmed, and but what made the difference was the fear, when I finally got so sick. And the heaviest thing I ever did in my life was organizing the Chili Show. I mean, I was doing a lot of world traveling. I met Victor Hara, and so I killed him in public. And on September 11th of this year, Barricade Records' first release is Victor Hara.
Is who?
Victor Hara.
Oh. How about you?
Now, well, no. I still belong to A&M for 2.
Oh, yeah, sure. What are you going to give them?
My first new song. I mean, here, for another train thought. The most famous man in the world and most popular man in the world is Muhammad Ali. Now here's how Train can take Ali in one day.
Okay, go ahead. You're not gonna sing it?
Yeah, I'll sing it. I'll record a song when my voice returns and send them a tape. I'll contact the Muslims, coming to them now too. I'm in touch with the Voodoo people now too. And I'll say, look, get this to Ali, and him and his family together. Listen to this. And I'll say something like, "Hi, Mr. Ali. This is Train here. I just want to say that I think you're the greatest. I used to watch you in Greenwich Village as Cassius Clay. I heard, when you read one of the most overlooked and important pieces of poetry ever written, which was a poem called Cassius Marcellus Clay, I Am the Greatest. For example, I'll record that song now. I mean, regardless of our deal. But I'm just going to tell you that I can take. I now know that I'm the next heavyweight champ. I remember I wrote an article about Bruce Lee, where I found about what he was like off screen, and he was incredible. He was incredible, He said he had dinner at Tunney's house. Senator Tunney from California. And said, he said, and Tony said, do you think you could have beaten my father? He said, of course I could. I could beat Ali. I could beat anybody. And he said, of course, if Ali ever caught me, he'd kill me. With one punch. But he'll never catch me. Because I understand. It's all a matter of the understanding of movement. I mean, like here's a flap pick, right?
Here's what?
Here's a flap pick, right? Now I take this flap pick, I drop it like that. See what happened there? So that flap is as alive as you and me. I mean, that's Hank Williams, right? Hank OD'd at 29 in the back of the car, but Hank Williams is part of me too, or especially part of Tim Hardin. Anybody who pays homage to the dead gains their respect, because I started having sensations that there were like ghosts in the room. About right around the time of Bach, Beethoven, Mozart, me, that house, which was a very ugly house. I mean, there was very bad vibes there. There was a ghost there. Somebody had been murdered there. Yeah. Burned alive.
Isn't that a place you lived?
That's right. That's one reason I was
next to the monkeys, right?
Mm-hmm. That was one reason see, it's all about the gods. I wrote this article about Bruce Lee. I said the reason that James Dean died, and the reason that Bruce Lee died, even beyond murder or accident, was arranged by the gods, because they really are like Zeus, and all the mythologies really exist, and the gods are on those mountaintops watching everything that's going on. And what the gods really like is somebody as geniuses who help other people out. That's why things are going so nice for me now. I mean, I can't. 3 days. One of the first acts that Train did was take this wallet and say, "See this wallet?" and toss it in the gutter, and pissed on it and said, "So much for that shit," right? And then walked into the bar and said, "Give me a drink." Based on, again, the use of movie mythology. Train will make the greatest movie ever made in one day, which would just be key scenes from key movies. For example, the scene in Home from the Hill with Robert Mitchum, which introduced George Peppard and George Hamilton, judged by Vincent Minnelli, Liza Minnelli's father, Judy, on and on. It's all connected to the same person as God, or the gods. And Mitchum was chosen to be one of the great actors, but nobody knows about her. Everybody thinks Marlon Brando's a great actor. But Mitchum had that scene. Like he's running along. He's a Texas millionaire, and he's a mean brute, pig. And he's fucking Eleanor Parker. He's fucking everybody. That's what he's doing. And but at one point they're in a bar, and somebody asks him. He says, "Can I see your ID?" And he sort of stops and does like a little Bruce Lee or little motions. He says, "What?" And he suddenly gets something so outrageous. He says, "Look, don't you know who I am?" He said, "I live in Texas." And everybody knows who I am. I mean, the cops know who I am. The grocery store knows who I am. I never spend a penny. I don't believe in money. In other words, that's Train. See, that's the. So my pockets are bare. They can't even pick my pocket, right? Nothing there. Right. Nothing. All Train has is a shoulder bag and a weapon. In case anybody tries to kill him, because I'm sure that they will now. Because I've become dangerous. I've become powerful. I can literally take over America with 2 moves, three moves, and I can take over America. One is Ramsey Clark, which I already did, and he now knows about it, and he's telling his friends and preparing to take it. Saving Teddy Kennedy's life, which I just did, because Kennedy would have normally been forced into it by being, quote, the only candidate, where Ramsey Clark was making his second big mistake, planning to run against Buckley. His first mistake was running against Javits. I told him, I said, that was the one dumb thing you did in your life. I mean, here I am talking to this son of the Supreme Court Justice and Johnson's Attorney General and the whole trip, right? And I said, that was really a dumb move, Ramsey. But Ramsey doesn't get pissed off, you know what I mean? In the same way, Meyer Gandhi was not at all angry. When I said to Meyer Gandhi, you are a disgrace to the Jews, that was the ultimate insult that can be given to this guy whose whole existence is based on the Jews, and why aren't Jews tougher and stronger? Why don't they all move back to Israel? And still trying to avenge Hitler? I mean, I got him in such a corner on film to be shown in Israel and Germany and everywhere else. I mean, he won't show his face in public again until he cleans up his act. He can't.
The whole JDL after you.
I was surrounded by the JDL, insulting them, saying, "What a bunch of assholes here," Because I explained to him what would happen if Sonny Liston walked in with a gun. They had no protection at all, nothing. But I said, but I'll tell you this: just even making a tape with you, I was totally protected because I not only had this weapon here, I pulled out some stick, I then did some Bruce Lee motions. He shot me to the screen, but I grabbed guys and look over there around the corner. There's a crowbar there, and there's a Haitian standing in the background just in case. Even that's how heavy I was covered, even though this was not dangerous at all.
Was there?
Yeah. Because I cased every inch of that place with a crowbar. Break in case of fire, one of those heavy metal jobs, right? In other words, every place is paradise. Your little seedy apartment is paradise because you got this music here and this guitars here and this cats, and so you're at peace with the world. I mean, that's the same old story. The rich poor people living in the mansion on the hill.
I'm not rich.
Yeah, but you are rich. I mean,
I just have enough to buy Phil Oaks some beers.
right. That was much more important than Rockefeller buying Venezuela, because all that can only bring unhappiness. You know what I mean? Anyway. So there's three moves. 1, 2, 3 to take America. One is Clark for president. That's already established. Second, gotta get rid of Wallace. We can do it just by one phone call. Huh? One television. Another. Train makes a movie a day, right? A video movie a day, like tomorrow, the Kettlefish movie, all these things I'm talking about. So Train calls up Wallace. I mean, or is it trains people, like say the Louisville people call up it's all done in a very gentlemanly fashion. It's not. I mean, like I'm rude with Connie like that, but that's he plays a rough game, so you play him that way. Now Wallace, believe it or not, is a gentleman. Ramsey Clark is certainly a gentleman. And you can tell by the way they talk to women. I mean, they're really leading ladies. So I mean, I like Wallace a lot, but he needs to be taken care of. So, the whole trick about Train is to be so fast and so quick and so smart and so right and so dead aim that bullets can't stop it. For example, and then every move projects another move. So Train's people in Louisville call up Wallace's people and say, "Look, we hereby challenge you, at first privately, and if not, we'll give you one day to think about it. And if you say no, then we'll go public with it and kill Wallace by refusing." But Ramsey Clark says, "Forget the primaries, waste of time, waste of money. Come right to the point. I will debate the following people, but the guys after is Wallace. Wallace is such a pushover. I mean, Wallace is totally corrupt."
Well, Wallace won't win because everybody remembers back
but
in
63. Yeah, but what you're talking about is media imprint on your mind. I've thrown the media off my mind. You're thinking theories, ideas, conversations. I'm saying, see, I'll show you. I'll act out the parts right now. Here's where a train can be Hawks or Ford. I mean, bear in mind, the pleasure of the harbor comes to the long voyage home. You know what I mean? See the movies, see the song. So here's the end of George Wallace. Thought up 10 minutes ago, and now being tape recorded. So what? But, fuck me, fuck you. What does it make? See? So you say, George. This is Ramsey. People. I'm going to challenge you to debate on a train, which that'd be very famous. Those train after the first 100 tapes come out, and they're shown all over the country. I'll be the biggest television producer in America, which makes me the most powerful man in America. I mean, I control visuals. I can destroy NBC. I can destroy Walter Cronkite, because any train movie is some a zillion times better than a Walter Cronkite show or Ed Sullivan show. That train tapes would become worth zillions of dollars. I mean, literally zillions of dollars. I'll be given a network. I'll say, I want a network. You keep your garbage. I want one network. Within a week of, I take over television worldwide, satellite. Which means I can go on like this, live, with Clark and Cash and Presley and Ali, having beaten them all, and nobody being hurt, and say, all right, forget it, and here's how you do it. And Bruce Lee saved the world by teaching Train how to fight. I mean, like here's fat old fart, Phil Oaks, dying alcoholic, is now one of the toughest fighters in the world, just by understanding movement. Here, I'll do it again. Take the flat pick. Now watch it. It'll have emotion to it. Here's this Hassan the assassin, who's this guy named Mike somebody.
I thought you were talking about Sirhan.
No, Hassan the assassin. He's the best backhand player in New York.
Oh, right.
So out of the blue, Phil Oaks or Train calls up and said, "Look, I can take you." So they meet, and it's a Train movie, which is, you won't believe your eyes when you see it. With Train trying to persuade all the girls to take their clothes off, to get rid of this women's liberation bullshit, so we can get on with the action. Get on with the action. That's what it is. Literally scenes of me saying, "Take off your blouse." Look, I'll take off my blouse. And the only guy that came across was Melvin Man Peebles. You see in the movie, it's great. And it's an hour and a half. But I lost my train of thought. I gotta train to keep myself more logical and directed. So Rick Clark says, "Look, I'm challenging a debate in television, meaning Train's television, and a 1 hour debate, 2 hour debate, casual, your house, my house, dinner, doesn't matter what, or a series of debates, or I'll show up at one of your rallies. But if you say no, then you're dead." I mean, Ramsey Clark. That's how he announces his candidacy. Instead of saying, "I won the primary in New Hampshire and win all that bullshit," he takes an ad out in a southern, very genteel southern paper, like the best one, Atlanta Journal or something like that. Full page ad. Ramsey Clark challenges George Wallace to debate for 1 hour the issues of the presidency, the future of America, the bicentennial, busing, everything. Yes or no, George? See? So, and George is a tough guy, very very smart. So I'll say yes, fuck you, man. I'll fight you. It's just like kids, the same thing. Right? So they'll get together, and Ramsey Clark's value is that he's number one, he's an honest man. Number two, he's a gentleman. Number three, he's Lincoln. He really is Lincoln. He's going to free the slaves. We're all slaves. It's a take two. So that's what. So as soon as that it gets known that Train did that, I mean, destroyed Wallace one day. I mean, it's that quick. 1, 2. I mean, yes or no. He says yes. Next day, his tape is done. Third day, it's out. Getting the highest rating of all time, higher rating than Nixon, and it's real because think about it, Clark is the first guy that's been allowed to tell the truth. The invisible government said, "All right, you're the guy. You tell the truth. You can go to Hanoi. You can go to Havana. You can do this and that. And speak your mind. Visit an American prisoner of war as the country's being bombed. Go on, do it because he wants to. Fly down to Chile and save the lives of Union officials that they're about to kill." Which he did, which Train paid for before from the Shelley show. I mean, it goes on and on. But the most difficult guy to catch is Ali, because he's so smart. I mean, and so beautiful and so incredible. So the way Train gets him is by the one mistake, and he's going to know one wrong with somebody ever made, and then they've had it. Like Dylan is, you have to make a really wrong move, and Ochs never really made a wrong move. I mean, it's not wrong to drink yourself to death. That's what you want to do. But it's if you do it creatively, like Brendan Behan, now you listen to Brendan Behan. Does at the White Horse Inn on Hudson Street. He sat,
you know that place?
But Brendan Behan sat there and killed himself over a 20-year period. But writing, talking, and maybe somebody tape recorded one day, maybe they didn't. I've been talking like this for since May 1st. And the reason is because I got so sick from drinking that I totally fell apart. I got terrified of dying at the age of 33. I said,
I thought you were 34.
Yeah, so this is last year. And right at the height, I've always loved Dylan. I always wanted to be his friend. And the one time I had a shot to be his friend was the Chili Show, where it completely changed his life. I mean, he was fucked up, and I became a healer, and I said, look, it's your responsibility. So he did it. He was walking on the streets talking like I am right now for 2 weeks. And it was willing to write articles with me, and newspapers, all kinds of stuff, and then the drinking caught up or something caught up. I think people they did things to me. So at first I couldn't sleep for 3 months. Then I couldn't shit for 3 months. Then I started losing weight, and then I had the big cancer scare. And you ever get?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. But I was almost sure that I had it, and I mean I was really dying, literally dying, just falling apart. Now I'm not falling apart. But if you sit there and eat, normally. That's what saved me. That I ate food while drinking. I mean, real alcoholics get so much into booze that they stop eating. And when that happens, there's nothing organically going into their organs to save them, and that's why they die of cirrhosis of the liver.
Are you hungry?
Yeah, I'm hungry. Let's go.
Let's go get something to eat.
I want to get something to eat, then I want to go to the Commodore Hotel.
All right.
How much cash you got altogether?
Not too much, about 21.
That's a fortune. Can I have it? I'll pay you back tomorrow.
Sure.
When do you? Let's go. No, but
what do you want to do with the Commodore?
That's Train's business.
Oh, all right.
But they'll just take half an hour. But Clay. I mean the difficult one. Impossible to outbox, outspeed. So the one mistake in his life was Liston. Liston was told by the Muslims and the Mafia. Liston's one of the real tragic figures because he was the best boxer who ever lived, the best heavyweight fighter, the best killer, meanest guy. Because again, he was another kind of Buddhist. He didn't care about life. I mean, locked up in a cage for 10 years, a giant man. Learned the basic style of boxing, classic left hook, right cross. So when he you can imagine how he felt, about Floyd Patterson. Liston was atonal. He had no politics, he had no scruples. I mean, would kill you as soon as look at you. Is another key word. Train would kill you as soon as look at you. But that doesn't want to bother. I mean, Liston was like the best Union thug. America's a country of muscle. Mack trucks hitting each other in the street. That's America. That's what it's all about. And that's why they're so dumb. That's why they're so great. That's their strength and their weakness. And it's worth saving. That's why I'm doing. That's why Train wants to save America, save the world, destroy borders, boundaries, hatreds, family quarrels. All problems, and then become Howard Hughes and live in the Mexican whorehouse where he writes novels and makes 20 movies a day. Has teams going, is directing teams all around the world, trying to save mankind, trying to help people out that they need it, and it can be done. I mean, World War III can be stopped. It'll take 6 months. At the end of that, me and the stranger, the guy who's the real heavy, the guy who destroyed the assassin before I got him. The best and anything, the best at anything. I mean, he's the real Bruce Lee. If Train managed him, we'd own the universe, literally, because this guy's better than Train at anything. I mean, just better. Because all I'm doing is bluffing and using speed logic to survive and get through this. But this guy, the stranger, literally, physically. I mean, if somebody ever grabs me, they easily beat me up, and I'm afraid of pain. I don't want to die. This guy is not afraid of pain, doesn't mind dying, and if Sonny Liston grabs him, he'd kill him with his bare hands, no weapons. I need a weapon. But this guy, he must be voodoo. He must be. I mean, he must be all religions, merged and concentrated for like seaweed, like kelp, for years. He said, how old? And our conversations like this. He said, how old do you think I am? I said, ageless. He said, right. You know what I mean? I mean, he could be 80. He could be 30. He's got one of those kind of faces. Enough said about him. So Sonny Liston. So I sent him this song. Train hires the Ghost of Oaks to destroy Ali in one verse and one chorus. And here it is. Now I don't know how Sonny Liston died. Maybe he killed himself, maybe he even tried, or maybe the boys weren't satisfied. I don't know, I'm sorry, I just don't know. take a dive. If you don't, you won't stay alive. Now I don't know how Sonny lives. Now Ollie is an honest man, and when he hears that song, he'll know that Train is the power to expose that the fight was fixed. Everybody knows the fight was fixed, but the song really, if it's number one, it's the end of Ali.
What's the name of it?
The Ballad of Sonny Liston or The Invisible Punch. Right?
Is there more verses?
No, I'll write it in a minute when I need to. I was saying that. That's a good enough. That's all it needs. With his family listening, and his manager. I mean, with the Muslims there. Which Train can arrange. I mean, I'll be there. I'd be the only white man allowed in that kind of scene. Well, let's go. Well, go ahead and give me all your cash. Let's go outside. Let's go outside and get a little food in the Commodore Hotel. And then whatever. Goodbye.